We were able to meet with a teacher who was going to provide primary education, kind of like preschool.
She was already a teacher, but where she was teaching before, the building was unsafe and falling apart, so she was pretty much out of a job. Our goal was to have 30 kids, and she's cramming that room just to the brim with kids. We want to go back and build a larger scale school so that more kids can have education out there, but right now this is really holding it over and showing the whole community what we want to do. With the computer classes, we have the classes going on after the children's education. So the computer classes are around 4 in the afternoon-ish, and a couple people can learn at a time, and we really leave that kind of stuff up to the hands of the teachers. But we met an individual out there who worked for another organization who went to a lot of schooling and completely knew computers, and he decided to get on board with us right from the beginning, and we headed him as the computer teacher. So we brought the laptops out there, and I continued to teach everybody while knowing that there was somebody else who was really going to head that when we were gone.
Now we realize that there's a lot of people that are suffering from malnutrition and from lack of basic fundamental education and other really important technologies. But I also believe that more important than bringing things to an area is to be able to alter the way that people think about themselves and their community. And allowing people to express themselves through music is a piece of the puzzle in bringing a new energy to an area.
We were able to teach guitar lessons and recorder lessons and chess lessons, which were fun activities that they were actually really excited about. I was able to meet with a couple of different community members and teach them how to play the recorder and how to play chess, which they just loved.
Like so many others, being able to express myself musically has really been a benefit to my life. And so I took the time to be able to find an individual actually in the region who played the guitar and work with him, and we brought a guitar for him that he could use to teach the guitar to other members of the community.
One guy took his recorder all around town and was just playing it everywhere, and we actually ended up playing together in our opening ceremonies of the community center. The moment we got there, till the second I left, I pretty much had kids holding my hands, which was so wonderful.
Okay, so we meet so many little kids. There's tons of kids, and they're all hanging out with us, and all they wanted to do was like party with us the whole time. Like, they're coming up to us, they wanted to play, do all that kind of stuff, but there was one kid who stuck out to all of us.
Marielle was special to, I think, all of us. She was just the sweetest little girl you'd ever meet in your life.
While we had been there about a week, her dad approached me and had said that he had seen how the four of us had interacted with her and had really appreciated the time that we had spent with her, and told us that if we wanted to, we could bring her back with us to America, and that he knew by the way that we interacted with her that she would be in good hands, and he knew that she would have a better life in America.
I think that they did that because they saw that we weren't just giving things away, but we were giving opportunities, and that's exactly what anybody would want for their kid.
When I was in Matosa the first time, I asked to be able to meet with the local leaders. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get anywhere and plan any type of projects unless I went to the people that are already respected and already in charge. In the areas we were working in, the local leaders are called beach leaders. The name of the beach leader for Matosa was Maurice.
Maurice was really the cornerstone of the whole project. Before we left for Kenya, we talked to Maurice, and he got everything ready to go before we came. Through him, we had a contractor already lined up. We had a lot of the materials already in Matoso for us to build the community center and the landfill. We had people already knowing that we wanted to provide loans, and it was all through him that we were able to get things done.
And he was nonstop active with the group. Everything that we were working on, he was working on, and he offered up his own land for us to build the community center on. He offered up all his own time and asked for nothing in return, and really he was one of the best people that we've all met, and he was just nothing but helping the whole group. And it was really awesome to see somebody who had so little, but slightly more than everyone else, just spend every ounce of extra that they had giving back to the community.
He's the most honorable man that I've ever met in my entire life. All he wants to do is help the community, and that's the most important thing to him.
One of the most fulfilling things about the entire trip was the relationship that developed between me and Maurice. Maurice made the trip. Maurice made the project. If it wasn't for his benevolent and intelligent leadership, our project would have never been nearly as successful as it was. If you have a piece of trash and you're in rural Africa, you pretty much have one option when you're done with that piece of trash, and that's to drop it on the ground. In order for us to be able to create a sustainable improvement regarding the pollution, we had to build a system that mimicked the system that we have in America. It had to start with education, and then we had to create receptacles, and ultimately dig landfills to be able to put the trash in when we were done with it. So we were actually able to create a very simple system that ended up working very well. It started by digging landfills. We dug 2 landfills, one that was specifically designed for biologic waste and one that was designed for non-biodegradable waste. Then we went to a neighboring city to buy trash cans. When we realized you can't buy trash cans anywhere in Western Kenya, we decided we had to build them. So we built receptacles and put them in different parts of the community. All the receptacles came in pairs, one for compost, one for trash. The next step was to educate the community. We got everyone together, and the local leaders began to teach the community members about why the system was going to become important and how it was going to benefit the community. And little by little, we saw the community members begin to use the receptacles.
We took one morning where we gathered the kids all together and had them collect trash.
We promised them a reward, and we sent them out throughout the community to be able to collect garbage.
It was an amazing sight to see over 100 kids with trash bags running around Matoso and picking up trash. We had a few that were picking up compost materials, and the rest were just picking up paper and plastic and other garbage that had just been thrown in the road.
And we collected about 400 garbage bags full of trash.
Afterwards, I was walking through the main part of town, and I turned around and looked out onto the beach, and it was night and day. It was amazing to see how much trash had been picked up from that area.
So now Matoso has a system. When they have trash, they can throw it in a receptacle. The receptacles will be emptied by the new garbage collector. The garbage collector will take the trash and bring it to the landfills. Within days, community leaders from other neighboring communities were coming to investigate on what we had done. It became very, very obvious and apparent to us that what we had done had never been considered before, and everybody understood how simple and how important it was.